First topic. Relationships are not hard. They're just work. Play this clip, man. Get y'all take on what they had to say.
A relationship.
Monogamy was invented by men.
People don't tell women that you.
Ladies,
Working on my brand with no sense.
Let me gather myself. Wait a second.
Nigga went through 16 different
Relationships ain't really that hard. They just work. Some people never even signed up for the work. They signed up for the honeymoon, the romance, the sex, the attention, the pictures, the aesthetic, the look of a thing, but not the actual assignment. And that's why it says, men, we have to stay focused on the assignment, the work. God gave Adam a work before he gave him a wife. He gave him a wife to help him with the work. And the moment they took their eyes off the work, guess what happened? They were deceived. Oftentimes, we more caught up in eating fruit than bearing fruit. As a woman giving yourself to a man, if you are not concerned with whether or not this man knows his God-given assignment and whether or not he's trying to fulfill it, you're not concerned enough with what direction your life could be headed in, because how you let somebody lead you and you don't know where they're going. And as a man, it's like a woman who cannot help you in your assignment is a woman that'll only distract you from your assignment. And if you stay distracted, it is gravely going to affect either your relationship with God, your health, your prosperity, or all of the above. And someone who does not care about your well-being and your future being affected that way because you're not aligned, that's not your helpmate. That's the serpent that got Adam and Eve kicked out of the garden. What you're interested in will tell you what you're signed up for. But relationships ain't really that hard.
Boy, that music make a little effect, don't it?
They do, right?
It's that old school right there.
So, my man said relationships ain't that hard, man. It's just work. A lot of people just refuse to put in. What's your thoughts on that, man?
Work is hard. But it is work. I mean, I know what he's saying. A lot of people aren't willing to put in that work. Or they just want to quit that job. Too much work. Sometimes too much work. Sometimes work is just too much. You got to go. You didn't stress your ass out too much. You can't been working your ass off.
Really and truly.
It ain't coming through. But I get what he's saying. Relationships are definitely work.
Well, sometimes some people just take the job just to have a job.
Yeah.
Lied on the resume.
They just trying to get by.
Yep.
You just a stepping stone, like Smooth say.
Hey.
You know?
Applied for a job and you was really there just to be an intern. You thought it was a full-time position. You ain't even getting paid.
You ain't getting paid. You get no benefits.
She's a part of other interns. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think people just want the easy way out.
Yeah,
That's just like everything else in life. People want the end goal, but they don't want to be in that gym at 4 a.m. Putting that work in, lifting them weights,
Just like
running, putting them jumpers up. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like when you don't get those desired results, you got to think about what work did I actually put in to get it? Did I just get with this person for the look or for the Instagram or for the praise that I was going to get for being with them? Or did I sign up for this situation, understanding what I was signing up for and prepared to do what was necessary to get me to the end goal? And I think for one, people don't know what that preparation looks like or don't know what that route looks like because they've never seen it. But for two, even if they do know it or even if they do see it, they think they can shortcut their way to it. There ain't no shortcut to this shit. And if anybody tell you otherwise, they have not been in it, a long-term relationship to speak of. Like it's going to be changes. It's going to be a lot of different things going on. So you got to be like constantly aware of what the mission is, constantly aware of where it is that we're going in order to get there. If you're not, you lose sight for 1 second. That's all it takes. You to take your eyes off that road one time, could jeopardize the whole thing. Y'all could be 12 years, 15 years in. Now everything is jeopardized. Y'all got kids that got to suffer for this. Y'all got assets that you're going to have to lose or get split up or whatever the case may be. And just because you took your eyes off that road for 1 second. So that is the work, keeping your eyes on the end goal despite all of the white noise and all the distractions that's going on around your ass. And it's going to be a lot of them. Whether it's family, friends, just outside world in general. It's going to be a lot of distractions that's going to try to get you to take your eyes off that road. So the work is not doing that and seeing it through. And most people are not built to see it through.
That is a fact.
That's a fact.
And some people just only want to be married. That's what I'm starting to notice. Like just only want to be married just to be married.
Just for the look.
And then be divorced in a year or two. Because you didn't understand what that position was going to require of you. So yeah, I see a lot of that. Bro.
Yeah, so
This work, man. I like...
Get married on the high and be divorced on the low.
I like, but that's why I respect. I mean, everybody that's just grinding, man. You just gotta respect it. People that's going to school, finishing their bachelor's, finishing their master's, finishing their doctorate. You have to have discipline, and you have to sit your butt down, lock everything else out, and focus until you get that goal. Working out, you have a goal in mind. Like time after time, you'll see people work out a couple times here and there, and 2 months and pass by. You only worked out 5-6 times, and you expect them to shed all this weight. It don't work like that. Not only that, you also have to change your diet. So you can't work out and be eating terrible and expecting some bad results.
Right.
So same thing in relationships too. Like one, people don't want to put the work in, and two, people don't want to change to make sure that shit works. And a lot of times, that's what happened. If you stay the course, do what you're supposed to do, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, then you'll start seeing results. Shit's not gonna happen overnight. It's just not gonna happen. But so many people want the easy way. People want this fairy tale lifestyle. They want this big wedding. Then once the wedding get there, now you got to go back to this person every single day. Because if you think about it, that wedding, a lot of times, that was a distraction. So you didn't really have time to just vet your partner like you should have maybe. You know, maybe finances and stuff start coming up. So all this stuff started coming into play now after the fact. And then after you get married, it's like, damn, I don't even know this person. Because you was too busy focused on the wedding. You too busy focused on vendors and having your moms there and friends there, and like that's all your focus on. You mad at him for not being bought in when you really don't seem like you bought in. You want this day, and a lot of times those men don't speak up like they should. And we got to change that as well, because if you're not ready to get married, bro, either if that's not the person for you, or you got to speak up and say this is not the best time right now. And I think that happens far too often. People jump the gun. You get married, then you divorce in the first year or two. That was doomed to fail if you getting divorced that damn soon. Like, you didn't even try to make the shit work. So I think that's telltale signs right there. You getting divorced that quick, sometimes you gotta take your time, man. Because that shit is I'm not married yet, but I see around me, like, that shit is a process.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Every single day you gotta grind. Every single day you gotta make the time. Every single day you gotta wanna be there. And if you ain't want to do that, then you wasting your time.
Yeah, which is the wild part. People ask for advice all the time in terms of like, hey, man, how do you get there? How do you get to that long term? How do you get that? And the answer is very simple. It's discipline. Everybody knows what to do. Everybody knows what you're supposed to be doing. But everybody's not disciplined to do it. It's just like sports, right? If I'm playing basketball or I'm playing football, like, I know that I need to be in that weight room every day. I know that I need to be putting up those jumpers every day. I know I need to be running laps every day to stay in shape and be ready for the game when it comes. But do you have the discipline to do it every day? And that can't be taught. That's want to. That's will. Mm-hmm. You have that or you don't. You can give a motherfucker the blueprint. Hey, bro, this is how you get rich. Because this is one thing I've been doing lately. I've been doing a lot of reading and watching a lot of docs on just like some of the richest people ever in America. And the common theme is the same. It's discipline.
Yep.
When everybody's going left, you cannot be afraid to go right because you know that that's what your vision is leading you. You know that that's what you're supposed to be doing. If you go where everybody else is going in terms of direction, you're going to end up like everybody else. Mm-hmm. So people know what to do. So giving advice is pointless. Are you disciplined enough to get it done or not?
Yep. You got to do the shit that's uncomfortable to get ahead. That's what it is. Anytime you want some results, you got to do the shit that's uncomfortable. And once you do that, you get over that fear, get over that hurdle, more times than not, you're going to be all right and you're going to land where you want to. Yeah. But it's just getting out of that space, out of that fear, and just that, again, like you said, that want to. And once you start doing that, it'll change.